All right. All right, y'all. So let's get into this drag race recap. I don't think it'll be a long one because it wasn't really a lot that happened. So, we're down to the final five where, we lost Lana Jarrett. Sam Starr sent her home. Anya and Lexi were celebrating, winning the challenge, the Maxi challenge. Lexi was happy that she got the piggyback, I guess, off Anya with her winning streak and everything. And so now in the latest episode, the final five girls or final five queens, I should say, had to basically um give makeovers to family members. Hence why the episode was called Drag Baby Mamas. So Sam, as you know, like during when they were still in a drag geesh and everything, Sam was feeling thankful to have a shot at the crown. Although I don't think you're going to get it, but it's nice that you think that you have a shot at it, sis. Now, the queens all headed over to read Lana's goodbye. They, Sam got emotional. I think it was acting, but she got emotional. Then she wiped off the mirror and they all went about their business. Then after, all the other stuff that was going on, then they had to play like this little game that Ru came into the room and had them play, which is basically, I guess, what was it like, fill in the blank? And so they played that little game or whatever. Oh, no, it wasn't fill in the blank. They basically had to like, who was the, who does that, like how well you know the queens and stuff and the thing. They played that, I think, didn't they play it last season? Sometimes when I watch so many episodes or seasons of Drag Race, the lines blur a bit. So yeah, they played a little game or whatever, and then Ru had the queens come in, and their parents come in, and I have to admit I got a little emotional, and I think it's called Spill the Tea. That's what the game is called. But basically, he would ask a question, and the queen with the most points at the end wins. So then, after the game, Anya won the challenge. Yet another one. I know people probably get mad over that, but look, you can't help that you're good at shit. I mean, it is what it is. So then, you know, um, then we had like Sam's mother came in the room, Susie's mother came, Anya's dad, Jules' dad, and Lexi's mom. And I have to say, out of all of them, the ones who I was really living for, I lived for Lexi. The story between Lexi and her mother, I really feel like that was overall the one that really got me in that situation because she talked about how like they really didn't see eye to eye in a lot of when she was growing up, when she was, dealing with coming to terms of being, a part of the Levitical community, or in her case, trans, and then her battle with meth addiction, because she did talk about that. Remember, she was kicked out of her mother's house when she was growing up, and she was out there fending for herself in squalor. So Lexi had it hard. She had a hard life. And seeing that her mother came and did the show with her, and that they had like this, they've come to like this place of understanding. It's just like it's what you hope for when you are othered and your parents don't necessarily understand you, and it takes a while for them to come around accepting who you are in your full truth. I also have to say, I love Jules' father. When he's like, "Hey, Queen," I was like, bitch." The way that he was just like fully, like the way that how he embraces his son is like, yeah, you just full on be, let your flame burn bright, as I like to say. And that whole "Hey, Queen" thing, that had me cackling. So I was living for Jules' father. And then also, if you go on Jules' Twitter, she did post a picture. I forgot, I should have posted on my social medias. She's posted a picture of herself with her father coming to her drag show. So for all those people out there that didn't believe that, yeah, her father was there at the drag show supporting, and her mother, supporting her while she was performing and making her friends and all the other stuff, and reigniting or igniting her drag career. Yeah, her parents were there and very supportive when she showed a picture. And Fall had a mask on, took it off just to take the picture. And then Jules was in full drag. And they asked her how old was she. I think she said she was like 17 or something or another. Then it was like cool to see like Anya's father, like, and how close they were. The only one I felt bad for was like Susie, because Susie really didn't have like, I just feel like her mother wasn't really present in a lot of situations. She was low energy. And it's no shade, but when we get to the bottom two, I do feel like that bottom two was BS. There was no way in hell that Susie should not have been in the bottom two, especially in regards of how that her whole story situation played out. But anyway, let's continue. So yeah, they basically had to give their family members drag makeovers. So then they caught up with each other, Sam's mother wanted a Dolly-esque drag look. Susie said that she was a bit uncomfortable having her mom suddenly be in her world. I guess it's because Susie's mother wasn't really that active in what Susie does. So I can understand there's a bit of hesitation, there's a bit of shame there. But the good thing about Drag Race is that it gives that person who has been hesitant outside of the show an opportunity to come in and understand what you do. And then you can kind of get a closeness there. Hopefully when it comes down, because there's some people that do things for the TV because they don't want to, get dragged or whatever on social media. So they'll put up they'll perpetuate a certain image versus when we come down to the reunion. I want to know the tea. Like, has your mother come out and seen your drag shows since y'all filmed the show? Like, that's when it's really telling, and not just, okay, I was just trying to be cute for the show, or trying to show like, oh yeah, I'm that amazing, awesome mom that accepts you, and I don't want the backlash of the fandom. Because a lot of people out there, even the grown ones, like to produce themselves. So they also said that Susie's mom didn't, because she didn't have the same desire for the stage as Susie, and she said she was going to make it work and try to find a way to make her mother comfortable. Which we gays, or as I always say, homosexuals like to do. We always try to bend over backwards to make other people feel comfortable, and sometimes we put our feelings to the side to try to help the others feel comfortable in our shit. And then comes a point that as you get older, you have to get to that place of like, you either accept me or just go about your business. But it takes time. But then, Jules, what I liked was that with her connection with her father and everything, she felt like this is the way to get her family and somebody together because her brother passed away in 2022. And then what really gagged was because when we heard about Lexi's past and everything that was going on with that, she was floored that her mother actually turned up. But also, what really gagged her, and of course I got to bring this up, was like when Ru called them over and they had that conversation, how Lexi's mother used a she pronoun, and Lexi don't practically lost her shit. And that's what I loved about it, is the fact that the fact that her mother came around and was just like she, and then did slip up, which is gonna happen. And this is why I always say a lot of times in our community, particularly with the trans community, you have to let your family mourn the dead you, the old you, the person that had that dead name, the person that you assigned at birth. Let them have their moment and mourn that person. And then you are reborn as this person. It's kind of like, a butterfly, what is it? A butterfly coming out of its cocoon. So when you have that, you have to allow people to meet you where you at. Yeah, mentally and physically and emotionally, you are already where you feel that you need to be. But those people who don't understand you, you have to let them figure their own mess out, and then eventually they'll come around. So I do love the fact that Lexi's mother did come around and really come to accept her child and refer to her by the she pronoun. So it was like, yeah, I've come to the terms, and I'm gonna mess up a couple of times. Just offer me a little grace in that sense. And speaking of females, what is up with men when it comes around to y'all and titties? Like, the minute that men put them breastplates on, they did not know what to do with themselves, especially Anya's father and Jules' father. Like, they were just messy in regards to that. So that did crack me up a little bit. So then, what else? But they did, but I did love the fact that, it was moments where they made Ru laugh. There was a lot of touching moments, that sort of thing. So now let's get around to elimination. So now the queens, plus their parents, are ready to hit the runway. So they're, the queens make over their parents, then they got to put their hair, makeup, and stuff on, and so it's like it's double duty. It's like you don't only just get yourself ready. It's like you got to do two people. So you got to beat their face, you got to beat your face, you got to put their outfit or help them put their outfit on. You got to put your outfit on. Then you had Lexi's mother was nervous about walking the runway, but here's the thing: once she hit the runway, Miss Mama's was giving. She served, and I thought that she was just great in their overall looks. Now let's get to the looks because we had Rue who introduced the week's panel of judges, who of course is Michelle Visage. She ain't going no damn where. We had Laura Roach, and then actor June Diane Raphael. I don't know who the hell she is, but it's kind of like Jared Carmichael. It's just like who? But that's who they had on the show, so that's what it is. So yeah, here's the looks. Where the queens starts running down the runway. It was supposed to be drag family resemblance. That was the category for the show. And then when it came around to the critiques, excuse me, with Lexi and her mother, Laura basically told them that they look so pretty and then it makes him feel good. Michelle basically said the resemblance isn't really there, but both of them do look good. Lexi gets emotional with her mother using her preferred pronouns and is so thankful and proud of her mother for her support. So now we are looking at them as like, yeah, I don't know. They talking about there's no resemblance. I don't know what y'all looking at. They both wear 90s. Oh, first of all, can we talk about Lexi's mother's ass? Like the ass was ass, and I don't know, that might have been extra padding, but the illusion of it all, the way that Lexi made her mother look in that outfit and everything, it was sickening. So I was living for it. So I don't know what the hell y'all was looking at, but I did see that there was a bit of a family resemblance, even if they weren't like mother and daughter. You could see that they were like maybe they worked at a brothel together. I don't know. There was a connection there in regards to what I thought in the overall look and everything. So I don't know. I'm just gonna have to agree to disagree with the judges. So then next we had Sam and his mother, who we call Sassy, that the family resemblance was fantastic. Laura loved their runway looks, and all the judges could tell they have such a deep connection. Then we got to Susie, and Michelle basically told her that the drag family resemblance is there, and June tells her she cast her in a role perfectly and loved how they incorporated her mother's energy and comfort level into the presentation. Laura basically told Susie she had the most fashion forward look of everyone on the stage, which shocks everybody. I know because when it come down to it, everybody be talking about Susie don't be bringing it when it comes to the fashions. Like they don't see it for her. She does have a unique point of view. And I think that's what makes her stand out versus when you look at someone like a Sam Starr. Sam Starr's outfit literally looked like it would be something that Roberto Cavalli would have designed. Like it literally looks like something straight off the runway. And then when you look at Anya Nerve and her father, it was given like Black Little Bo Peep. Like I don't know what them outfits was. It was given Goldilocks and the Three Bears, and Anya's father was giving me the Vixen tees. Like it was something. And then I don't remember who was that about. Oh, that's Jules. So Jules was cute. I like the fur look and the boots and all that other stuff. Like I just thought that everybody just did relatively well. I don't think there was any negatives. I just think the judges was trying to find stuff, but I didn't find like anybody was remotely. There was no real negative critiques, and I just think like it would be dumb for anybody to go home on a family resemblance makeover challenge. So then we get to Anya and her father. You can see that, but even though I was just reading they did look like they were having a good time on the runway. And so even if they didn't probably have the best look and everything, the main thing to get out there to do is sell it. Another thing I don't understand is why is it that when it comes around to the runways that it doesn't really count towards whether or not you stay or go on the show. I think the runway look should count just as much as the maxi challenge. Like I just don't get how the fashions don't work. So if that's the case, then I should not be out here damn near spending a mortgage payment on wardrobe for the show. Because I don't know if y'all saw that video, not video, that tweet of Aiden Zane on social media reading the girls for, not only we got Nepo queens on the show, but a lot of times they were rating their drag mothers' closets to wear it on the show. And I'm like, look, like Trinity the Tuck said when she was on Roscoe's last week with Sam, her drag daughter, Like, you're not gonna be out here spending all that money on no reality competition show. You can go in that closet, you and Jules, since y'all are siblings, and go and pick whatever you need to pick and wear on the show. What you mad for? I mean, I don't recall seeing these other queens in the show, so it looked new to me. So then get up there and wear it. I don't feel no ways tired about it, because what I'm not going to do is go bankrupt for a reality show. Hell no. Not if I don't know where I'm going to place on there. But if you have drag queens or people in your corner that are willing to let you borrow clothes that just sit in my damn closet, then I recycle it. It's just maybe you just need to take it somewhere and have it tailored a little bit or changed up or judged up or whatever the case is, and it might work for you. So yeah, now after all the because she did say that, when it came to Michelle did say the family resemblance wasn't all there for Anya and her father. And then Laura hates the outfits because Anya's daddy fine. See, Laura was trying to get that back blown out. That's what she was trying to do. Now, when it came down to the liberation, the winners of the week challenge was Sam and Miss Sassy Star. Then, of course, Susie and Lexi are both safe. And Anya and Jules ended up in the bottom. So they lip synced to my girl A. Marie's song, One Thing. I remember when I was like, oh, yes, bitch, y'all about to sing this song? Let me find out. So when I perked up immediately. And so when they got up there and they performed, I will say this. It's no shade, but not Susie. Jules kind of ate Anya up in that lip sync. But I'm glad overall that both queens got to stay, and that we'll get to see next week's episode, which word on the curb is Susie might be going home. So we'll see how that works out. But it's funny how, like, in the spoiler, somebody did spoil to me. They was like, oh no, it's gonna be a double Shantae. Turn out to be true. So next week I'm thinking that might be true too. And I've already heard news that they already filmed the finale. And the final lip sync is Abracadabra by Lady Gaga. So if they're gonna be doing that, bitch, you already know it's gonna be lit. And so you think she's gonna say, um, good luck and don't fuck it up or die? Like, that would be funny if she actually said that. In the finale, when it comes down to the final lip sync. Because I'm like, yeah, put that in there, since you love always referring to Paris is Burning, which some people always talk about, that you kind of you made millions of dollars ripping off ballroom culture without giving it its proper credit. But that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. But I want to ask you all, what do you think of the latest recap of RuPaul's Drag Race? And what did you think of the episode of Drag Baby Mamas? So whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments down below.